Andy mama told Fatima to get it together or she gonna get fired, then try to con Fatima out of information about Andy and Dr. Vaughn. I said, lady, what's wrong with you? Andy wanted to know why her mama was there, but she didn't get a straight answer. Miss Lisa offered to support Karen in her move. Officer Green wanted Danny's phone number. Tony told Danny that the kids was coming over for his birthday. And I said, I don't know if the kids gonna end up grabbing the money or Tony or Rock, because she left it out. And I said, why would you leave it out? I said, I know that's your house, but at the same time, you know people there. I said, she done threw it on the doggone table or whatever, to my she didn't want to carry it around. I said, yeah, something gonna happen. Paige was upset because of Dylan and Maurice. Fatima still working with Hayden. Zach ended up telling Fatima that he saw Andy in the nude, and she's supposed to confront her on next week's episode, y'all. Hey, y'all, and welcome back to another review of Life of Chessie for Tyler Perry Sistas, Season 9, Episode 15. First things first, let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. What did y'all think of the episode? I think it was boring. They wait to get to the good part at the end of the episode. But it don't look like, based on the trailer, it doesn't look like Fatima is confronting her about the whole Zach situation. She's supposed to be asking her about her job, if she's supposed to be looking for another job. I'm assuming she's going to end up talking to her about the whole Zach situation as well. I knew it. I called it. I said, no, you don't sit up here and tell nobody. Tell her, y'all don't make no agreement that y'all going to keep no secret from this lady. I said, I knew she was going to be upset. I knew she was going to be upset. But okay, so on this episode, we're going to start with Andy, Mama, Dr. Vaughn, Andy. So it's a continuation of last week's episode where she walked in and they kissing and stuff. So she just was confronting Andy about Dr. Vaughn, asking who he was, asking why she didn't tell her about the whole Gary situation. She heard about the engagement. She heard that she almost died or whatever. And she made it seem like that's why she was there. But then she said she wanted to go. What she said, she was going with her aunt or something like that? I don't know, she said Andy aunt or what, but she was going with one of their family members. So I'm confused about why she was really there. Now, when she rushed out her hand and stuff towards the end, I was like, is she sick or something? I was like, is this the last time we're going to see her? This is the first and last time we're going to see her. Hopefully so. Talking crazy. How is she going to sit here and tell Fatima how she going to get fired and stuff like that, then try to con her out of information? But okay, so Miss Barnes was upset because I think, what is her name, y'all? Mona something. I'm going to just say Miss Barnes for right now. But yeah, Miss Barnes was upset because Andy didn't tell her that she was in trouble. Andy thinks that her mama was there for some other reason, and it kind of seemed like she was. Karen ends up asking Aaron if he's sure about all of it, and he says yes. Pam ends up calling to check on Karen, but she didn't tell her anything. I said, Pam be getting the short end of the stick. She be getting the short end of the stick. Now, when the girls was, all y'all was at odds or whatever you wanted to call Pam, but now you keeping her in the dark. Miss Lisa ended up stopping by, and that's when Karen ends up telling her that they decided to move out of Atlanta. Miss Lisa was saying how she doesn't think that Karen is ready, but they end up having a conversation. Officer Green wants Danny's phone number. Paige still bothered by Maurice and Dylan. Sabrina still doesn't know what she wants to do about Rob. Karen wants a new beginning. Miss Lisa ends up saying how she understands and she will help in any way that she can. Hayden ends up asking Fatima why she let Chaz go without consulting him first, so that's when he realized it was about Zach. So she ends up telling him how she wants to work with female athletes or whatever. And I said, I kind of like them working together as long as he ain't up to nothing, because he always up to something. Also, before I forget, Zach had $100K. He was talking to Fatima about it, and they were saying how they didn't know where it came from. Do y'all think that Gary gave that money back? I don't recall the amount or anything like that, but do y'all think the money had came from him? Fatima ends up saying how she wants to work with female athletes, and it kind of seemed like Hayden is on board. Miss Barnes ends up telling Andy that she needs to get another assistant because she implied that Fatima was working on stuff that she shouldn't be working on. Sabrina thinks that Maurice is in love with Dylan. Maurice encourages Sabrina to send photos to Rock because he's sending photos to her. Zach was talking to Fatima about Keys and what he said about his daddy and everything, and she was like, son seems off about it or whatever. And I said, hopefully it's that he the daddy. Hopefully it's that he's actually the daddy. Fatima thinks that something's off with Keys because he suddenly told Zach about his dad, and I said, hopefully the thing is that he's the daddy. Hopefully he's the pappy. Zach wants Fatima to meet Keys. Miss Barnes ends up telling Fatima to get her stuff together or Andy's going to fire her. Then proceeded to ask her what's going on between Andy and Dr. Vaughn. I was like, please. I said, I wouldn't tell you nothing because obviously all y'all do is gossip and stuff. All y'all do is gossip, and not only that, you can't come talking crazy to nobody. Tony ends up talking to Danny about the kids coming to stay with them for his birthday, and she was like, no, they need to stay at a hotel or whatever. Before she got to go, she tossed an envelope of money on the table, and I was like, son gonna happy with that money. I said, somebody gonna take that money. I don't know if Tony gonna do something with it. I don't know if the kids gonna do it, because remember, wasn't the daughter taking stuff and stealing this stuff? Or Rock, because he be in the house too. Tima ends up telling Zach about Andy mama and everything that she said. So that's when she started talking about how everything been weird ever since that night that, the whole Gary situation. So Zach tells Fatima that he saw Andy naked. Fatima wants to talk to Andy. The ladies end up having to meet up because Karen's about to tell them that she's finna leave. Fatima ends up stopping by, and that's when she tells Andy that she wants to talk to her alone.